Alright, so this is our first video in our new lesson that's going to focus on systems of linear equations. I'm pretty sure we've done a functions lesson somewhere earlier, so that will be containing all the basic concepts if you are new to functions. And I think if you think you're a beginner to this topic, it's better if you go down to the description and I will have that link to that earlier lesson. And then after you watch that, you could come back to this one. So let's look at problem one. Packages of small, medium, and large sized chopsticks are being delivered. So chopsticks are kind of like forks, knives that people eat with. And if you don't know what they are, it's basically two sticks that you pick food up with. All right, just so you know, and they work in pairs. Being delivered. There is a total of 27 boxes, and the boxes containing large ones. There are 18 pairs of chopsticks. So we know that that there are three types of chopsticks, and this is large size, and there are 18 pairs. There is also boxes containing medium ones. So I guess a smaller box would work. And this is medium with 12 pairs in them. And there are small ones. So in the small ones, this is S, there are 8 pairs each. So, and the number of small boxes is 2 times the number of big ones. How many large, medium, and small boxes are there? So, when we are dealing with systems of equations, you need to keep in mind that it's not just one equation with one variable. It's multiple equations, multiple variables, and you kind of need to leverage one onto another or substitute them or whatever, some tricks that you can figure out all of the variables. Remember, there's always a rule that says, if you have one variable, you need at least one equation to solve it. If you have two variables, you need two separate equations to solve each of the variables. If you have three variables, you need at least 3 different equations to solve all 3 of them, so on. So the first thing is to find equality. The first thing is to always to identify the variables and then write out equations from them. So there are 3 variables, right? X, Y, and Z. We don't know how many of those boxes we have. So, alright, so let's make X equals small, number of small boxes, Y equals number of medium boxes, and Z equals number of large boxes. And it tells us right away that there is a total of 27 boxes. So let's take that information and, well, there's only these 3 types of boxes. So X plus Y plus Z and nothing else is equal to 27. Okay, let's look at the next pieces of information. In the boxes containing large ones, so that's Z, there are 18 pairs. So 18Z, because there are 18 pairs of chopsticks per one of these boxes. In the boxes containing medium ones, there are 12 pairs, so 12Y. Plus, and it says that there are 8 pairs in the boxes containing small ones, so that's plus 8Z. And, and there is a total of 330 pairs. All right. Sorry, forgot to type that in. Equal to 330 pairs. And it also says that the number of small boxes is 2 times the number of big ones. So small boxes would be X, and big ones would be, this is medium ones. And medium ones would be Y. So X is equal to 2Y. Now that's all we can get, and that's enough of equations because remember we have three separate variables, and we have three separate equations. So it is possible for us to solve all of them. All right, so using what you know from functions and how you can simplify them, go ahead and solve it yourself. Okay, let's do this together. So first we know that x is equal to 2y. So that's kind of one of the easier ones, and I'm going to substitute that. So this is going to become, if x is equal to 2y, then that would be 3y plus z is equal to 27. And this would, I don't need that. Okay, and this is going to be turned into, right, we take the number of x's, that's right here, that's x. We multiply that by 2. So 16x, now that's 16y. 16y plus 20 plus 12y is equal to 28y plus 18z, and we get 330. So now what we have are two separate equations. 3y plus z is equal to 27. 28y plus 18z is equal to 330. Now, as you can see, we have already eliminated the variable x, and therefore we have two equations left. We already used up this equation. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Well, in order to solve a variable, we first need to get rid of another variable, so there's only one variable left. And since there's nothing, there's no equal coefficients here, I'm going to make it have equal coefficients. Over here, there are 3 y's and 1 z. Over here, there are 28 y's and 18 z's. I'm going to multiply this first equation, and this is second equation, this first equation by 18 on both sides. So that's going to turn into 54y plus 18z is equal to 486. Right, now we have 18z's on both of these equations. So let's cancel them out by subtracting this equation from this equation. And 54 minus 28 is 26. So we have 26y is equal to 486 minus 330, and that we have 156. So y is equal to 156 over 26. Sorry, that's not the right thing. Okay, and so we have y is equal to 156 over 26. Now let's first divide this by 2. This gives us 78. This gives us 13. And apparently 78 is exactly 6 times 13. So this gets simplified again, and we have y equals 6. So we know that y equals 6, right? But there's still x and z to find. So let's take what we know of 6, x equals something, y equals something, z equals something. And remember, keep in mind that normally you would have to write units in full sentences. This is just because, I have no more space on the screen. So that's why I am doing this as the answer. We already know that y is equal to 6 boxes. So yeah, a lot of you guys can do better than that. Well, we know that y is equal to 6 and x is immediately equal to 2 times 6. So x becomes 12. 12 boxes. Now what's the easiest equation we can plug both of these values in? Well, this first equation, x plus y plus z is equal to 27. That seems fairly simple. So 12 plus 6 is 18, and if we subtract 18 from 27, we get 9. So z is equal to 9 boxes. There you go. That is our final answer. But keep in mind that normally this would not be a valid answer because you're the people don't know what X, Y, and Z is. But you know, like, right, X in this case is equal to small size uh, chops boxes, and Y is equal to medium, Z is equal to large. Again, in a actual situation, if you were doing this on paper or something, you would have to write it in full sentences. So, thank you for watching, and see you in our next video.